Hi there. Today I want to share a very important yet sometimes difficult topic, teaching children about consent in sexuality and relationships. It might sound serious, but I believe that if we approach it with a light heart and an open mind, this can become a meaningful and necessary conversation to help your child grow up safely and respectfully. Let's dive into the key points, shall we? 1. What is consent? To put it simply, consent is about agreeing to something willingly. It's when someone voluntarily allows or agrees for another person to do something with or to them. In the context of sexuality, consent means everyone involved agrees willingly, no pressure, no coercion, no manipulation. It is clear and enthusiastic. Silence or hesitant agreement doesn't count as true consent. It can be withdrawn at any time if someone changes their mind. That decision must be respected immediately. It is given with full awareness. No one should be intoxicated, unconscious, or unable to make rational decisions. It is informed. The person consenting must understand exactly what they're agreeing to. It follows legal age guidelines. Consent can only be valid if all parties are of the legal age to consent. Think of it this way. Consent is like asking your best friend what they'd like to eat. If they don't want what you suggested, you switch to something else. Similarly, in relationships, consent must be clear, genuine, and mutual. 2. Why teach children about consent early? You might wonder, do I really need to discuss this with my child at such a young age? The answer is yes, but in an age-appropriate way. For younger children, you can teach the basics of consent without referencing anything sexual. For example, teaching them that if they don't want someone to hug or touch them, they have the right to say no. This helps children understand that their body belongs to them and that no one else has the right to force them. As they grow older, you can expand the discussion to include consent in relationships, and eventually, consent in a sexual context. Teaching this early creates a foundation where your child feels comfortable having open and honest conversations with you about difficult topics. Imagine your child growing up knowing you are a safe space where they can seek advice without fear of judgment. 3. What does consent in sexuality involve? Let's imagine your child as an adult one day, entering romantic relationships. If they understand consent, they'll know how to protect themselves and respect others. Here are some situations where consent is crucial. Kissing or touching someone's body. Engaging in any form of sexual activity. Sending messages or images of a sexual nature. Not using condoms or other contraceptive methods. When children understand that actions taken without consent are unacceptable and can harm others, they'll be better equipped to build healthy, safe, and respectful relationships. 4. How to talk to children about consent naturally. This is often the part where many parents feel stuck. But with patience and sincerity, you can do it. Start with everyday situations. Teach your child to ask before borrowing something from a friend. Say things like, if your friend says no, then it's important to respect their decision. Talk during natural moments. For example, when watching a movie that shows a character respecting or violating consent, you can ask, what do you think about what they did? Create a safe space for sharing. Let your child know you won't judge them and that you're always there to listen. This builds trust and encourages them to come to you with questions or concerns. And remember, once you start talking about consent, you'll find that discussing topics you once thought were sensitive becomes easier over time. 5. The biggest benefits of these conversations. Having open and honest discussions about consent not only helps your child develop a healthy understanding of boundaries but also builds their confidence and ability to protect themselves. They'll know that they have the right to say no, and that no one should ever pressure or force them to do anything they're uncomfortable with. Even more importantly, they'll learn to respect others' feelings and boundaries, which is essential for building loving, healthy, and long-lasting relationships. In conclusion, we've talked about a challenging yet essential topic today. Start with the small, everyday lessons and always remember that you, as a parent, are your child's first and most important teacher in these matters. Be your child's companion on this journey, and I'm confident you'll do an amazing job.